In this section, we will talk about the majestic eagle. Before we talk about eagles and their symbolism, let's talk about the actual bird, the eagle. Eagles are raptors, and the word raptor comes from the Latin word rapere, which means to seize. And if you've ever seen photos or footage or even in person, eagles flying over and catching their prey, they have these huge talons as claws where they fly over and scoop up their prey, and they're able to seize that poor creature that they've just grabbed and fly off with it. It's really not a pretty sight, but it is quite spectacular too. They are carnivorous, which means that they will eat mostly meat and fish. There are about 60 different species of eagles in the world, and eagles are found on every continent except Antarctica. Since there are 60 species of eagles, they're divided into 4 different categories. Each of them have their own symbolism. The first category are the sea eagles, also known as fish eagles. And these eagles live on fish and creatures from the sea. This bird of water symbolizes the ability to walk between 2 worlds, land and sea. Snake eagles have short toes, and they can easily catch and grasp snakes, and they swallow them whole. These birds symbolize digesting a higher knowledge and almost a magical sense of it, since snakes are used in magic and represent magic as well. Native Americans would consider this snake knowledge, which is a form of magic. Booted eagles. Booted eagles, these birds look like they're wearing little feathered boots on their legs. The golden eagle is a booted eagle. They're very cool to look at. Harpy eagles, they're also known as the giant forested eagles, and they can be found in tropical rainforest in Central and South America. These eagles are large. I mean, they're huge and they're powerful. They're so strong they can actually grab a large prey such as a deer and carry it off. So that's how strong they are. And this bird represents strength. The eagle is probably the most revered bird in Native American culture. The bald eagle and the golden eagle are the closest creatures to the Great Spirit or God. They are the greatest birds of all in the sky. And if you've ever seen one in person flying above you, it is magnificent. Eagles are sacred. They represent strength and courage. And they are a symbol of insight and perception due to their ability to fly in all 4 directions and high above. In many cultures, it's believed that the eagle is actually a messenger of the gods and the embodiment of the sun. They represent great power, and even though eagles only weigh about 2 pounds, they exude confidence and majesty, and they really are magnificent. I was fortunate to live in Montana for a year or two, and watching eagles, it was like watching pigeons. They were so common. They had nests everywhere, and they were just amazing to watch and be around. Bald eagles mate for life, unless one of them dies first, and then that eagle will take on another mate. They symbolize fidelity, loyalty, and working together as a family. They are also the symbol of the United States of America and supposed to symbolize working together as a country for the good of all. We're not going to go into politics in this class, but unfortunately, I think right now the United States probably could use a different animal to represent it until we get back to things being for the good of all. The Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act. Now, this is a law that's been amended several times since passing in the 1940s in the United States. And what it does, it prohibits anyone without a federal permit from distributing, selling, taking, or possessing eagle parts, eggs, or nests, and this would include the feathers. Because of the religious and cultural significance of eagle feathers, this law makes an exception that allows members of federally recognized tribes to own eagle feathers. So eligible Native Americans must first get a permit to own and receive eagle feathers. They cannot give eagle feathers to non-Native Americans. I had a lovely gift on my birthday in 2020. I take this as a very good omen for the start of a new year. While driving through Parker River National Park, which is located on Plum Island in Massachusetts on the North Shore, we spotted a young male bald eagle just sitting there on the branch for the longest time. He sat there for probably a couple hours, it seemed like, because we drove through the entire park, sat there and watched him, came back and watched him again. It was quite a lovely day, and I was so happy that that was the first animal I saw on my birthday, besides my own cats. I'm sure this will date me, but many of you may remember or not remember when the eagle landed on the moon back on July 20th, 1969, and those famous words, "Houston, Tranquility Base here, the eagle has landed." So to recap, eagle represents the ability to soar above and see the big picture. It symbolizes our spirit within and our ability to fly beyond. Eagle in many cultures is the closest thing to God or a higher deity, so it may represent your relationship with the divine, prayer, and beliefs. And as I mentioned before, eagles mate for life, so they symbolize loyalty and fidelity and family. In this section, we will talk about tree spirits and dryads.